everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually alright. You're okay.
Good morning, everybody. Officially, it is Friday today. I only have one class, but that class takes 4 hours, and I haven't been there because the first appointment, the professor was sick, and the second one, I didn't go because I had so many other things to do that I didn't have the time to go to class. But today we're gonna go to class because we have a group project and we still have some questions that we need to ask the professor. I already did my part, but one thing is a little unclear, so we're gonna ask that. Then I have a couple hours of break before we head to Pilates, which I haven't been to in like a month and a half. I don't really remember the last time I went there, but today my friend is teaching the class and I haven't seen her in a while too, so we can kind of combine the two. I'm most excited for the stretching part because I've been sitting so much. I spend most of my days, all of my days, sitting in class, sitting at the library, and then sitting at my desk at home because I just have a lot to do. But that's okay. I wanna get through this semester and do as good as I can and finish all of my classes. So that's just what I need to do. Today I woke up at 6:30 for no reason, so I'm up a little earlier than usual. Usually I would wake up at 7. It's a little bit after 7 right now, and yeah, I just have some time to hang out because I have to take the bus at 7:45. So I still have like 20 minutes. So let me show you my current knitting project. I'm very proud of this piece because I've never done a pattern like this before when there's so much structure. So this is what I'm working on currently. And as you can tell, there's like rows of 2 and then these bigger rows of 1. And it also has this is gonna be a hat, by the way, this longer part that we're gonna roll up. And yeah, I'm very proud of it. I think it's gonna look so nice. I mean, it's gonna look stupid now, but let me put it on. See? That's gonna be such a good hat. Oh, and I feel like I'm almost done. There's only like this much left at the top. So maybe like, I don't know, 10 more rows? I already did 20 rows of this. Oh. I saw this really cute outfit on Pinterest yesterday and I was like, I have all those things. Even if not as cool as on Pinterest. But I have jeans. Light jeans, and I have a black sweater. I actually kind of need a belt for these jeans because they're kind of big. But I only have a brown belt, and I'm looking for a black belt on Vinted, but I can't find any that I like, and I don't want to just order one belt from somewhere. So I'm still on the look. So if you have any tips on where I can get a cute black belt with a gold buckle, let me know. And then now we're just gonna do finishing touches, which is jewelry, and then it's not gonna be a lip combo today. I'm just gonna do lip liner that's kind of brownish and Vaseline on top because, hello? What's going on? There we go. Because my lips have been kind of dry because of all this dry air everywhere. So I don't really want to do lipstick because it just starts looking weird after like a couple hours. And I need this to look decent for more than a couple hours. My lip liner is this one. I showed this a couple videos ago. I found it. It's the ones that you can kind of spin out. That is the color. Don't mind that it looks messy. I don't know how to use it if it's not sharpened, and it's not sharpened. That didn't make sense. I don't know how to use this so it stays clean. Anyways, so this is kind of a brownish tone, and I think it looks really nice because it's not so pink or orange. So I actually don't know how I'm gonna do this here. Let me get a mirror. There we go. You can't even really tell it's there, but it looks cute, and I feel cuter when I wear this. So yeah, now we just need to Vaseline, and then we're gonna head to the bus. The sun is actually out today, which is so nice because it feels like I haven't seen the sun in such a long time. So it's gonna be a good day.
Umsteigen zur Köstlingbergbahn. Nächster Halt, Next Stop, Glaserstraße.
The first class is done, so now I need to do some work before we go to Pilates. I kind of feel like I might be getting sick. I don't know if you can hear my voice, but it's not looking too good. So that's even more important that we're gonna get out of the house today, because one, that makes me feel less sick, and two, I know that if I'm just gonna be inside, like in our apartment, it's not moving, then I'm just gonna be doing nothing, being on the couch and feeling sick, and we don't want that. So let's head to Dunkin'. Dunkin' is actually closed because today is a holiday, and I checked and it said they open at 8:30 instead of 7:30, but they're closed. So now I need to walk back to the bus, but the next bus doesn't come for like another 25 minutes, so I'm just gonna be waiting. But yeah, at least I'm having a nice little walk, I guess. Welcome to Cafe Viola. This is my homemade matcha. I hope it's good. I wanted to make it vanilla flavored, but we don't have any vanilla. We have only this like really long singular vanilla bean, and I don't know how to use it, so. This is good too though. I just used regular milk and matcha and cinnamon, and it tastes really nice. And now I don't know if it's gonna fit the taste, but I want to have like 3 of these because I can feel that I'm getting sick. But we cannot be sick. I do not have time for that. I feel like you can also kind of see it in my face. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna have this and start studying. Today's to-do list is kind of long. We have 6 main things. I numbered them. First up, we're gonna do statistics homework, then microeconomics homework, finish up my paper that I need to write. It's pretty much done. I just want to read through it like once or twice again, and then I also need to do my sources. Study for an exam that I have on Thursday, study for math exam that I also have on Thursday, and then study for something else that is on Wednesday, but that's least priority because it's a multiple choice test about how to format cells in Excel, so I should be good. And then I have some other personal things, I guess. If I have time, then I'm gonna work on some of my photography stuff. I need to kind of update like a little part of one of my websites. I have 2 because I do couples and then also the studio work, and there's 2 different websites because I don't know, I just have 2. And then also work on some, I wrote down communication material, just like wording and stuff that I need to implement more. And then there's 2 more kind of small things. So I think I should be good with all of those. We're just gonna start with statistics now. I already did 2 of the examples, I think. I have it open here. So that shouldn't take too long. Yeah, I already did the first one and then half of the second one. So I have the other half of the second one and then the third example. And then my microeconomics is these 2 pages. And it looks like it's just supply and demand again with elasticity added, because last week we just did like basic supply and demand. So that doesn't look too hard either. Also, this class makes me so nervous because you need to calculate and learn your stuff at home. And then in class next Tuesday, Wednesday or something, he pulls up. There's 4 problems. So he pulls up 4 people from a random generator and they have to explain the whole thing in class, which that's not the worst part, but you do, like, you calculate all the stuff at home and you're not allowed to bring notes. You're not allowed to use a calculator. You're not allowed to use anything. And when I'm nervous, I can't even do like 5 times 3, to be honest. I mean, that's like the easiest one ever. But I just get nervous and then I can't do anything. So I'm super nervous. I didn't get picked last week, but each week that I don't get picked, the chances are higher that I'm gonna get picked next time. So I'm a little nervous. But also, being picked early might not be the worst thing because this is probably relatively easy in comparison to what we're gonna do later in the semester, I think. So I don't really know what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that the generator is never gonna pick me, but he said he's gonna make sure that everybody gets picked at least once. So that's not happening. Anyways, let's get started on statistics. My boyfriend's new hobby is making sourdough bread and he just finished his weekend loaf. So let's take a look. Let's test. Good morning everybody, it's Monday. I had to take Sunday off because I am still not feeling better and I have a fear that I'm actually gonna get sick, but I can't get sick to the point of where I cannot go to uni because most of my classes have attendance and if I miss twice, I fail. So we can't do that. Anyways, today we have the to-do list is getting longer obviously, but I am ticking things off, so new things are getting on, and today we're actually gonna shorten it a little bit because this week I just need to set priorities. I can't do all the things. So I have one big exam on Thursday and studying for that is gonna get priority number 1 because I just need to know like the theoretical stuff. I have a feeling that she's gonna ask very specific detailed questions, so I need to just know all of that. Then I have math again this week. This is the 4th math exam that we have and we have 6 in total. So we're over halfway done pretty much. I guess I still need to study half of the stuff, but I'm gonna put that as priority 2 because if I manage to finish that today, then the rest of the week won't be as stressful mentally for me. And then we have another test on, I don't even know, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's gonna get priority number 3 because that's not super hard. I think I talked about this already. It's a multiple choice test about how to format cells in Excel, and that should be okay. So I'm just gonna look over kind of the types of questions that professor could ask, I guess. And then I did submit one of my papers yesterday. I just finished up the literature in the bag and stuff, but I submitted that, so we have that done. But we have 2 new papers that I need to do. Both of them are I'm not really in a time crunch with them. One is due, I think, like mid to end November, and the other one, I don't even know, because there's basically 5 appointments where you have to be in class. 3 of them are guest lectures, like people that own the business are gonna tell us about how they ethically do business, basically. And then there's also 2 other kind of group projects, and about all of those 5 things we need to write that paper, and only one of those things has happened yet, so obviously I cannot write it yet, but I was gonna just summarize the stuff from the first guest lecture. And then technically I also do have microeconomics this week, but if I don't have time for that, I'm just gonna not do that because I only need half the points to pass. So it's not super important. I just need to, if I don't do this one, I just need to do all the other ones. But I think this week is gonna be one of the most stressful weeks because in a couple weeks, all of my, like, a couple of my courses are gonna be done because I'm gonna have those exams. And then in 3 weeks, math is gonna be over. So that's gonna be over. And that's like 1 less exam every single week. And then I'm just gonna be better. Anyways, long story short, I just got myself an energy drink. I know that's not the thing to do when you're sick, but I just need to power through. We have this pink one today because I also don't feel like having my protein coffee because I just don't want to. Because I just feel kind of weird and I just want something cold to drink. So we're gonna start with studying for all of those 3 things, and then the other 3 things are not gonna be labeled because I'll just get to them when I get to them. I moved to the couch because I'm just gonna be reading through the presentation. Because all of the summaries on StudyDrive and stuff, they seem kind of either way too, like just giving you a little overview, or way too in-depth. And I don't think I need to go into that detail. So I'm just gonna study off of the course materials and if I need to get access to the book. But that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next 3 hours because it's currently 12:30 and at 3:30 I have English class. So I'm gonna focus, well actually more like 2 hours because I do need to get ready and drive there. So we got 2 hours. I think I can get through at least half the course materials. It's not that difficult. You just need to pay attention to the wording very closely because they like to trick you. They like to put and or, and then that changes the whole meaning of the question. And yeah, they just like to switch out little things. I know this institute and they are little tricksters, so I need to really pay attention to the words. And yeah, outfit of the day. Can't see anything. I still don't really feel better, but what's going on? I still don't really feel better, but I can't get a penalty for not being there, so we're gonna be there. I don't feel like I'm gonna infect anybody because I'm not like sneezing or anything, so I think we're good. But yeah, I just spent the last 2 hours. Something is wrong here. And now, as I mentioned, we're gonna head to English class, and then tonight I'm either gonna continue with marketing or I'm gonna do math. Not really sure yet, depending on how I feel, because math takes so much more brain power. Anyways, let's go. Look how pretty. Okay, no time for that. We made it. I am a little bit early, but I need to, as always, drop off some winter packages. At this point, my closet is about to be empty, which is great because that's what we want. All the clutter, I'm gonna say, is just gonna be gone. So I'm gonna drop those off and then head to class, and then I'm already looking forward for class to be over because I am so tired, but it's gonna be okay.